Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show how to develop a web app, and my concept will be on state capitals. And the approach will be to develop the data first, and then we'll try some different proof of concepts, which that's the funnest part for me, to see some UIs that the AI comes up with. Okay, so to get started, I gave the AI a, a prompt which basically says that I want to build a web app, what its role is. I explained the type of web app that I want, that it's a self-contained file that has HTML, JavaScript, and CSS styling. Then we're going to build the data for it, and then we'll do some proof of concepts with different UIs. Okay, so all right, so he's telling what's my concept. So I said I want to do a web about state capitals, and I explained what I wanted to include in it, which is the height of the building, the population, the city, the year was designated capital, a city nickname if it has one, and also a trivia fact. Okay, so it's already building the data structure for it. Okay, so I think it wants me to, double check this, and this looks fine. So I'll say this looks fine. Can you populate 10 items as they should really be? All right. So if I were doing this by myself, I think at this point I would have it do all 50 of them, but that would take a while to do. And so the steps would be I would do all 50, and then I would do a smaller version to do the proof of concept on. But to cut some time off, I'm not going to do all 50. I'll just do 10. And so that's what it's doing now. Is it's going to create 10. And even this one said it will take a while for it to get the research in, to put in the right information for each of them. And while it's doing that, I'll talk a little bit about the type of web app this is. So this is a self-contained HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, which has to do with how it looks. And CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. So that'll give it the look and feel. And let's see, did it finish? Okay, it did. All right. I can tell it finished because I'll tell you later how I can tell. All right. So here we got the JSON. All right. So it looks fine. And I don't care about this. It's just giving some information about how I decided, the height and the population and so forth. So, okay, so we've got the data structure. Okay, so now comes the fun part. And I'll say, please propose some UIs that would work well for this app and JSON that we have. Okay, and we'll see what it has to say. So I was going to say the reason I want to have a self-contained file is it makes it so much easier to deal with. It's very, very easy. And also, I've been really pleased to see how robust these apps can be, how much you can do with just one file. And you'll see as I go through this how easy this is to do. All right, so he says he wants to abbreviate it further to just 4. All right, I guess that's right. I mean, I was thinking the 10 was already abbreviated enough, but we'll go ahead with 4. All right, so, and so let's see. So it gave me what oh, it's not giving me what I want. Okay, here we go. This is what I want. So this is accordion style. So this is one. And come on, scroll. And let's see what the others are. Okay, so it just finished. So here we went to a microphone. That's how I know it's done. It'll have a block, like a square, while it's still thinking, and a microphone. So he's proposing 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like, all right, good. Right. So what I'll do is I'm going to copy and paste this. So I'll copy the code and I'll come here. I'm going to use Notepad and I will uh, paste this in here and I'm going to name this. Right. So I'll do file save as. I'm going to change the save as type to all files and I'm going to name this SC for state capitals and I'll just do 1. This will work. This will be simple. So this will be our first proof of concept. And I'm going to save it in documents. Okay, save. All right, and then I go to documents. Here's documents. And I'll look for the SC right here, 1. So I double click this. And then this should come up in the browser. Okay, and here it is. All right, so I'll do that for the other 3, because we have 4 total. So this is the second one. Oh, here's the second one. All right, and this will be the same process. So copy, paste, file, save as. I'll change this to all files. And then I'm going to make this sc_2.html and save it. And then I'll go ahead and do all 4. So that was the second one. Here's the third one. Same process. I'm going to save it. Do file save as. I will change this to all files. And I'll make this 3.html. And then save. And then the last one was number 4. Okay. And then here we go. And then file save as. All of them. This will be 4. Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't get that one. What happened? Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll do it again. So 5 save as. So I should already have 4 here, right? All right, here's 4. Okay, I'll save that, replace it, yes. All right, so now I'll go to my file system. And 1 I already have open, and then I'll open up 2. I'll open up 3. And I'll open up 4. Okay, and then we can look here and kind of see what they look like. I don't know what the idea of this is because if you have 50 of these, how's that going to work? So I could ask him, ask the AI what it had in mind here. I think the cars look fine, but I just don't know what the idea is to show these. All right, here we go for the second one. Okay, this looks like I got the same one twice. Here's the third one. So this one looks more doable because there's going to be 50 of them. So I could choose a drop down and it would do that. And then here it's got like a table for it. So I'm going to fix this. I'm not sure which one's off, but this is sort of a common like type of error that one might make. But this will be easy to fix. This is the card base. So I don't think I have one. All right, so let me put one here. Pretty sure that's right. So I'm going to go to one. Okay, and then I will replace this. Okay, and then I'll save this as HTML. I'll do all files. Otherwise, it'll save it as text because it puts that as the default. Okay, there we go. And I'm replacing it. Now, once I already have it open, I can just refresh the browser. All right, here we go. Okay, so you can like see which one you like. I think I like the drop down the best, just because there's 50 of them. 50 is a lot. So a drop down is going to be a very, handy way of handling this. The one I liked second this was this card one, but I don't know what it had in mind for so many cards. Let's see. So this one's also kind of nice, but 50 would be, quite a lot of scrolling. So I'm going to ask it what it had in mind for the cards. Let's see what it has to say. So the card one was nice. But what would you do? What would you do with 50 cards? What was your idea for so many? That's what it has to say about that. And we'll see what it has to say. But I already know I like the drop down one. Again, just because you got 50 of them. So, okay, so I didn't really think about it. All right. So, of these ones that I saw, I liked best the drop down one. Number 3. I think that's the most practical one. But there's other possibilities. But this is pretty much as I wanted to show here. So once you get to this part, now it's just a part of like iterating. You choose like which one you want. I'll tell it, I want all the data for it. And then maybe there'll be some things to tweak about how it looks. But that's basically it. So to reiterate the process, it would be just give it a prompt telling it what you want to do. You want to build a web app. And also, I should mention about how I structured the data. Okay, so that might be something that you might not be familiar with. So what I did was I had it write JSON, JSON, which is a common data structure that's used for this sort of thing. If you have any questions about what that is, just ask the AI, it'll tell you. That's not essential. We could have done it just fine without the JSON. But that's a nice way of working with this. And I'll show what it looks like. So this is what the JSON looks like. Oops, sorry, that's the HTML. Here's the JSON. No, it's still HTML. That's because I'm showing the 4 different. Here we are. This is what the JSON looks like right here. So it has these braces and so forth. So it's a nice way of capturing the data. So the steps were, what's the concept for the web app? What do I want to have in it? Build the JSON structure. And then with the same JSON structure that can be used for the different proof of concepts, then to run the proof of concept, because this is a single file, it's so easy to do. Just save it as an HTML file anywhere you want. Doesn't matter where. Save it anywhere you want on your computer, and then double click it and it'll pull it up in a browser. So that's what I wanted to share for this video. And in future videos, I can show how you can deploy this once you have your web app done, how you can employ it, how you can deploy it so that it's public, so that anybody can reference it. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and until next time.